What's up guys, welcome to the second episode of the KX125 project. In the last video, we introduced the bike. In today's video, we're gonna take it completely apart. Every bolt, every panel, every bearing. The goal here is not just to restore it, but it's to figure out exactly what we need before we start throwing money at it. Before we build the bike of my dreams, we gotta figure out what I bought. Good start already. There's already a bolt seized in behind the rad shroud. It's supposed to have a rib nut style thing in there. Not the case. 8, bro, it's like some weird size too. 10. Yeah, it's a 10. So he's got an 8 mil on one side, 10 mil on the other. Let's hope none of these rib nuts or the inserts in these tanks are stripped. That one's completely stripped out and it's like a 10 mil instead. It's in crooked, sideways. Stripperino, baby. That's horrible. We'll see if we can get that bolt out right now, but the plastic obviously ripped out of it. Looks to me like it's just spinning. Great. Looks like a 10. I might as well just keep the different Allen wrench or T-wrenches out with me because every friggin' bolt on this bike is different. And it's not supposed to be. Take some cutters, Allen wrench. Get this tank out of here. Now, I don't even know if this is the proper bolt in here. Let's see if it's actually a standard metric, whatever. I don't know, we're good, we're good. Except for I can't turn it with this stupid thing. Okay, the fuel line was already off, so that's good. I guess next I'm gonna try pulling off, there's a pretty big Allen bolt in the subframe here. The bolts are actually coming out pretty easily on their own so far. God bless. Okay, I'm gonna leave that top one in for a moment because we gotta pull off the bottom guard here. One tie wrap. And then an 8 mil, baby. I guess I'm gonna have to take this one off too, which is big and bulky and ugly, which sucks. Another seized bolt, a little roller for the chain. She ain't moving. Ooh, baby. Now we'll see. Oh, okay, it's not that seized. The only crap part is the whole roller's coming off with this move right here, but I'll just put it back in place for now so I know what goes there. That'll stay on the frame for when we strip it completely apart. There's all these little rubber gussets and stuff. Now I want to make sure that I know exactly where those go. So we're obviously going to take pictures before and after and use this video for reference again, but it's good just to put everything back where it was, so you know. These bolts aren't seized here, so that's pretty good. It seems to be like one out of, what, every 10? Every 8? Which is not bad so far. These star head screws, it's kind of sketchy. Makes me worry a little bit because I really don't want to be stripping these things out. I'm gonna probably order a bolt kit, so I'll have all new hardware in it, but for now, I don't want to damage anything too much. So those guards are off. Just about ready to pull the tail, I guess. I'm gonna pull the boot for the carburetor, undo a couple plugs. There's a CDI box in the back here. Carburetor boot, yes. That should be fairly easy. It's just a little flathead screwdriver and then a little connector here. Maybe this will be easy too. I doubt it. Nope, it's gonna be some bullshit trick to it. Nope, fairly easy, cool. This is what, that goes to the CDI box, which I can pop out straight up. Okay, that's already unbolted. Show you guys what I'm doing. Passing the CDI box. Oh shit. Okay, so pass the CDI box out there. That way we can pull off the air box without that being in the way. And then this comes off something. Oh, that's already off. That's good. That's unplugged. Now what the hell fell on the ground? That looks important. Let's put this aside for now. Put it in the electronic stuff. Here. That could be trouble. All right, let's see if we can just pop the tail off this thing now. Gotta do that carburetor bead first. Using a flathead screwdriver, probably could have used one of the T-wrenches because it's much quicker and easier to use the hex head on it instead of a flathead. Got a couple Allen bolts to do, and we're good, baby. If all goes well, you should disconnect. I don't think there's anything really holding that pipe besides a little rubber seal. Okay, let's go, baby. Yeah. All right, so now that the bike is kind of the tail's off, you can kind of see what's going on inside of it a bit more. I'm gonna go find the stuff. So here's one. Got some wire holding on to the rad instead of a bracket, and this rad is all smushed in. That'll tell you something. You kind of see in here, this looks good. This rad looks okay, and it's got the bracket there. I don't know if it got wiped out and it broke the bracket, whatnot. So I don't believe I took this off of anything. I'm not sure what that might be. That's good. That's just the kill switch. Looking around back here, you can see if there's any oil. It looks like there's a bit of oil on the shock, but I don't know. It's maybe not too bad. Around a bit. Anyways. Before I start tearing this bike completely apart, I said I wanted to check the shocks. I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to pull off that little stand and then do that, because then we're jacking it up, pulling off the wheels, tires, swing arms, fork tubes, pulling the motor out of the chassis, all that fun stuff, getting ready for the powder coat. So let's just pull it off the stand for a sec and see how it feels. The stand came from Princess Auto. Freaking awesome. So awesome that between me and Nathan, we got 4 of them now. I think the front shocks are done. Toasty. They're soft. They're soft and squishy. Well, the chain's not too tight. The CR chain was like ridiculous tight, so I don't know what was going on there, but this one hopefully is going to come off nice and easy. It's obviously going to depend on if the previous owner put any kind of grease in this thing. And that's probably 22. I think I got a wrench somewhere. No. Not even. Dude. I don't have the right tools. All right, so it's not the way you're supposed to do it, but I'm using this, cheating with this wrench here. No, that's not promising. So I'm gonna get the rubber mallet, try to knock that a bit, see what it does. Well, I think that's in there pretty good. No, it's moving. There is hope, my friends. Not the proper tools for the job, but we're gonna try it. Let's do it. It's working. Oh, I should have took the chain off first, dumbass. Back tire's off. All right, next move, I'm gonna pull off the front tire. To do that, there's little plastic guards. I gotta go back at it with the Phillips head screwdriver. Now, try not to be too rough with it and actually not strip it. Again, like as mentioned previous with the other ones. Catching this on there. Now, I think it's just 2 screws in this bottom plastic piece. Kind of a nice little protector piece. I hope I can find a nice one to replace it if I don't reuse it. I'm going to try to leave most of the front end together, so I'm going to leave the brake on it if I can. Little plastic guard, it's off. Now, same deal. I think I have a socket for this one, though. Let's check it out, huh? Where would that be? Nope. Nope. Where did I put the sockets for that? Hanging out here for now? No. Raw. Oh, yeah. Let's see if it's this. No. 22, baby. All right. My excuse is that we newly set up this toolbox and I don't know where anything is yet. Holy son of a... Oh, bro. Well, once it's off, it's off. Well, we found the seized stuff. It's rough. Oh, yeah, baby. Out of the brake. Perfect. It's kind of gross here, the scrap metal section, but hey, we'll do something with these wheels later. All right, so we're gonna try to get the back end off this bike, starting with the chain. I found the little clip here, the little universal taker offer thingy. It's probably jammed on there good, and I'm probably gonna hurt myself doing this, but it's pretty warm, so I don't think it's just gonna come off. I'm gonna pop it off with a flathead style trick key here. There's so much crap in here, and I think the heads have been ground a bit. Ugly. You know what? Forget it. I'm just gonna work around it. We'll get this out of the way. I'll get this brake pedal out of the way. That'll give us access to the swing arm bolt. I gotta pull the caliper off, so this brake pedal, the caliper, everything's gonna stay on the swing arm. I wanna keep everything as complete as I can so I don't lose a bunch of stuff, potentially. So it really depends on this bike. Some bolts are like super tough. Other ones, not so bad. Oh, there we go. So I'm gonna leave everything, like I said, as together as I can. So pull this brake line piece off, put that back on, but I'm gonna leave the front brake with the fork tube. So refinish the triple clamp. It's gonna require to be in the powder coat oven, everything else. There's no way bearings are going through that. Even the stem is a little sketchy thing. I don't know if we're gonna press apart the stem maybe. Try to do it like that. That might be kind of neat, because then we can get a very good coverage of the powder coat or Cerakote, whatever we decide to use. I'll keep my knee underneath it, because sometimes these suckers do just straight slide out. Okay, why be, baby? Woo! I was hung up on the clutch leg. So that's how she's sitting for now. All the suspension is off, the rads are still on, the pipe is still on. I didn't really notice at first, but check it out, dudes. I let it sit on the pipe. So that's going to be an issue later. Unfortunately, the bike weighs a lot less now. It's going to be easy to manipulate it and move it around. But this is what we are working with. It's getting a little late, and I got to do some editing tonight to get some videos ready for you guys. So we're going to call it quits for right now. I'll get back on it in the morning, and we'll take the motor out, take the rest of this linkage off, take the triple clamp off. Before doing that, we'll have to drain the rads, pull the pipe, reposition the chassis to be able to pull the pipe off. And then I think we're money. We're good. Gonna drop the coolant out of the radiators, pull the rads off, rad hoses, start working on getting the electronics off. Pull it all off pretty much in one unit, except for the stator wire. Now we ditch the electronics, the carburetor, triple clamp, exhaust pipe. I took photos of all the wiring where everything locks into place, because later on we're gonna need that to put it back together. Sometimes it doesn't always go where you think it goes, smoothly, so that's always a great idea. Little reference point, never hurt nobody. Yeah, so the coil pack was like not even touching the chassis. That's probably made up some sort of issue. Got to ground these off real good. Uh-oh. All right, let's lower this puppy down a bit. Whoa, that's weird. All right, we're in business. We got not the right size, but we got a 1 1/4 socket that Steve had here. Sorry, buddy, I raided your toolbox. See if we can't get the top bolt of that neck off. Might need a little leverage, because these tend to be on pretty tight. Although steering's not over tightened, it seems, so maybe we're gonna be okay. Oh, not bad. Now, oh, this comes off by hand too. Right on. I got a special tool for this finally, but I guess we're not needing it today. Turn this. Get to try one of my new tools that I haven't used yet. This fancy little spring holder, spring puller thing. Always worked on bikes, never really had one of these back in the day, and I'll always remember how much a pain in the ass it is to get these things off with a pair of pliers. So hopefully this is nice and easy. Oh, look at that. A little too easy. Holy mackerel. Whoa, there we go. On the pipe. So it looks like the top bolt is stripped on there, on the top of the motor mount. I'll have to just tap a little socket on it, knock it off hopefully. Boom, boom. Matching the gas tank. Boom, boom. this carburetor first. All right, so next I'm going to go through everything that's sitting on this bench right here next to me, because it's always good to keep all your parts organized and together. I'm going to make separate little bins, little boxes, put everything in, all the hardware, all the parts, all the components, keep it all together. That way, when I go to rebuild it, I could pull stuff out one section at a time and just deal with, for example, we're going to do this front suspension separate, the rear suspension, swing arm linkage, all that stuff separate. The motor itself with all the guards and protectors on it, clean it up, maybe Cerakote or powder coat some stuff. So each individual part of the bike has its own individual section. Right now, my big concern obviously is the chassis, because I want to get that powder coated. There is bushings, bearings, stuff on the way. So if we can get that done real quick in the next couple of days and that shows up, well, we can start putting the bike back together already. Section, but hey, we'll do some of these wheels later. That frame, probably put some paint stripper on it, cut that frame a bit more. Well, dudes, that'll be it for this one. I got the frame sitting outside, ready to be pressure washed. Next video, we're gonna go through the whole process of cleaning all this stuff up and seeing what lies underneath. And then try to figure out something to do with the paint. So, first step, obviously, get that frame all powder coated, the subframe, get all the pieces ready for the base of the bike so I can start putting stuff back together, start putting in new bearings, new bushings, put the swing arm, the linkage, triple clamps, all stuff I want to powder coat and or Cerakote, at least clean up. That'll be in the next episodes. Thanks for sticking around, dudes. Peace.